This is AVIOT, Atypical Voices in Our Time, the official podcast of Chemistry Productions. That's spelled K3MISTRY Productions, a media education company.
So go a little something like this. That's AVIOT.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is the AVIOT podcast. I am Jay Stokes, joined by Koya and Jay Random. We're the crew here with our guest, Jess, once again visiting us on this podcast. Hey, Jess, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
Yes, y'all. Jay Random in the house.
I'm back. Hey, guys. How's it going? Y'all love that. Hey, guys. Don't do me. For real. Y'all are terrible. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Y'all live for that. That's what I'm going to say. Subscribe to my channel. You guys live for that.
Oh, my goodness.
I need to appreciate that.
So one of the main reasons we brought Jess on is because on our last podcast episode, we had a debate, and we're going to have Jess on for this podcast episode because we are all curious to hear her thoughts about the topic that we have here. But first, we have to revisit an old topic that we had talking about the Rona, aka the coronavirus. Jessica had some theories. I'm curious to know what are her updated theories or if her mindset has wavered or changed, because a lot has happened since the last time we spoke. So Jess, take it away.
Yeah, you don't know what something is until it hits you at home, right? And I've already had 2 family members that have it. So it's like dealing with the news of a family member getting something that they could potentially pass from. So the personal side of things is just like you're dealing with a family member and like them potentially going through something that the world is going through. Mm-hmm. So it hits home and it hits different. But like as a nation, like there are areas where it's like high, there are areas where it's low in terms of the curve being flattened. And we're in our area, we're in a really overwhelmed place. So I have connections and like nonstop communication with all of the essential workers in my life, right? And I'm working from home. So the impact is like, from a personal standpoint, like I'm blessed, but like I see everything that's going on. So my theory is like, with everything that's going on, people still have to practice doing what they have to, social distance, and they have to follow the rules now. In terms of the political theories that I had, I mean, he is now in a dictatorship. He coming on the news every day, telling people what they got to do, what it is, shutting people up, shutting people down. That's what we have right now. And then with the election coming up, who knows now, you know? But he's still gonna do what he's doing. We got that stimulus check.
Yep. And Jess, you were right about one thing on the last podcast episode, one thing in particular, when you were talking about this helping with the election.
It's a big distraction, first and foremost. And like, we've gone through so much since the year 2000, where it's just like something always comes up, and then it's a conspiracy, especially during election time, because the market is being affected. Laws are still being passed that we're so distracted and so consumed with the coronavirus that we're not even thinking about other things that's going on in the government and politics. Right? And like, it's distracting us from like making that conscious and aware decision versus making what we've been consumed and what we've been like just feeding our minds every day.
Because Trump actually kept this quiet because he thought it would help with his reelection. So you were spot on about that. So that's worth mentioning.
Oh, thanks.
No.
Foil hat.
Yeah. Nah, you know what? Nah, Jess has a point. And the scary part about the election that's going to be taking place in November is that when you think about it, they're already telling us, well, the coronavirus is coming back in the fall. Well, when? Is it in November? Is it October? So it's kind of like they're already getting us prepared for, like, I wouldn't be surprised. Exactly. I would not be surprised late September, October is when the Rona going to come back.
No, that's our time. That's our time, man.
So, I'm going to be real with you. So I brought Luz to the pediatrician. Her doctor was like, this is going to be 18 months. I was like, what?
Yeah.
This was right in the beginning where I was just like, this is about to pass. It's about to be quick. 18 months, y'all.
Yeah. So only thing I could stress is, I mean, listen, let's practice social distance and let's make sure that we show up to that poll, because I would not be surprised that it's going to leave for a few. And I'm pretty sure that it's coming back around election time.
Oh my
and
Lord.
If it does, I'm still voting. I'm just going to vote with probably a hazmat suit on, but I'm going to vote because we got to get Orange Man out. Orange Man has to go, because you're right. So, Jess, you're so right. He's treating this coronavirus update, or whatever the heck he calls it, like a rally. He gets on, he combats, he argues, he yells at reporters for asking him simple questions, realistic questions. Like 2 days ago, a reporter asked him, so what about when you were at your rallies and you were saying that that the coronavirus isn't real? And he was like, what rallies? I've been at the White House for 2 months. She said, no, the rallies you did in February and March. February and March? What rallies? I was at a rally? I said, no, he's not saying this on TV. Like, dude, we saw you at these rallies. So, you know what I'm saying?
Everyone knows he's a liar. So.
Oh, man, a bad liar. A bad liar, especially since it's like we've seen you at these rallies. You know, so, and he's loving this. And I'm wondering if he put his name on these checks so people can remember, even though they probably won't, who's not going to support, vote
Yeah, it's just being pretentious.
Yes.
Yeah, like, hey,
I got that thing direct deposit. I ain't looking at that.
Yeah, I got a direct deposit too.
I
Yeah.
don't care his name up there.
Yeah,
because we're gonna have to pay it right back in our taxes. The refund you thought you was gonna get, stimulus check hit. Boom.
Exactly. Because think about it. Think about it. Ever since he became president, I don't know about you guys, but my return is shit. My return is so low. Sometimes I'm owing the government. I'm like, what? Like, what? Like, and then you look at it like, okay, because he changed a lot of the tax rules. So think about it, that's kind of owed to us. It's just as bad as owed to us at this time. I feel like, you know, when it's time to vote, we really got to go out and vote, because he is really showing his ass right about now at all these coronavirus updates. Because he's not really updating us. He's basically saying, look what I done. Look what I done. Look what I done. And then
here's what needs to be done. Things need to be open. The economy needs to open back up. We need to do this, but like, how we gonna do it? Nobody is trusting bringing their kids to no school if we are not like beyond a shadow of a doubt believing that this thing is good. Like the first batch of people, y'all can go out. Tell me how it is. I'm staying home.
Tell me how it is, please. It's by all means. No, seriously.
And Jess brought up a good point about
I might be the second or third batch though.
Wow.
I'm ready to go outside.
And Jess brought up a good point though about the kids. What did y'all think about what Dr. Oz, now he's gone back and apologized now?
I see that.
What did y'all see what Dr. Oz had to say?
So insensitive and crazy. 2 to 3%.
I just saw a nice piece in the Lancet arguing that the opening of schools may only cost us 2 to 3% in terms of total mortality. And, you know, that's any life is a life lost. But to get every child back into a school where they're safely being educated, being fed, and making the most out of their lives with a theoretical risk in the backside, it might be a trade-off some folks would consider.
Mortality. He said to open up schools, basically. Dr. Oz said to open back up schools, and only 2 to 3% of children will die. Only 2 to 3%. Excuse me?
Okay.
Let the 2 to 3% be your kids and your kids only, bro. Other than that, the small talk. Like, that's crazy.
Let's not understand.
How can we put kids at risk like that?
Huh? Apologize for it?
Yeah, he came back and apologized, yes.
I'm tired of apologies, too.
He was probably...
Say what you mean.
All right, give him a little bit of mercy. Like, he was probably coming from a doctor statistical data point.
What?
2 to 3% of children?
That's a lot of kids.
That's a lot of kids.
That's like in the millions, I think.
No,
yeah, at bare minimum.
He said let them die.
Please.
Jess, he said die, Jess.
It's only going to be 2 to 3%. Only going to be like, get out of here.
Yeah, 2 to 3%.
Unless you're sacrificing yourself, shut up.
Like when he said that, I was like, whoa.
And I like Dr. Oz, but that just made me like look at him different. He's just as insensitive as other doctors. But I think because doctors are so smart, they don't always like, you know, they don't take anybody else's advice. Like you ever notice like if your family member is dying or something, they're very insensitive. They're like, this is what it is, it's done. You know, like they don't have compassion anymore. They think they're just so smart and everybody else needs to just listen and that's it. But it's not right.
Know. No, I agree. But one thing I do like about Dr. Fauci is how he always contradicting what Trump is saying. And I love it. Because today he was basically saying, listen, I understand all these governors want to open up their states. Only thing we're saying is, please, by all means, take it one step at a time. You know, opening up barbershops, hair salons, massage parlors. You might as well open up the damn mall because, I mean, you open up everything else. Like, you really gonna tell me people
in
getting
the
a haircut?
lines?
Yeah, I know.
People gonna be piled on top of each other. Nobody's gonna be 6 feet apart. It's gonna be a danger zone. I'm good.
It's gonna be a danger zone. I'm staying in the house.
But I think like the essential places we have to go is kind of preparing us for what it should look like, right? When we go to the grocery store, they got all these like lines, and the floor is basically taped up with lines on your distance and where you should be and where you should stand.
And people don't be following the rules though.
Not
They
after
be
5
all on my
o'clock.
back and stuff.
Not after 5 o'clock. They don't. For some reason, 5 o'clock. That rule go out the window.
Oh, why 5 o'clock?
Yo, because I go every day at 5 o'clock, and no lie, everyone is going in and out of the line, and the arrow's going left, everybody's going right. They going in. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
But let me ask y'all a question. When the last time anybody went grocery shopping? Because now my wife went grocery shopping today, and there's a sign at ShopRite saying you cannot shop without a mask. But she had a mask.
Yeah, so she
had a mask.
They
okay.
I had a mask and I saw the signs.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, now you can't wear a mask. I mean, now you can't go to the store without a mask, which we have masks still.
They said McDonald's drive-thru is saying they won't serve you if you don't have a mask, even in your car.
Wow,
that's fair because you're not 6 feet apart.
Okay, so what if I
mean, like if I'm going through the drive-thru, I put my mask on when I'm about to pay because I'm not 6 feet apart from that person. We kind of close.
But McDonald's got plastic.
In my car. Always. Y'all know I be at that drive-thru. That mask comes all the time to pay.
Them zombies, man. They coming for you, Coy. Them zombies.
I know, trying to get that 12-piece. Popeyes gave me coupons, Jerry. That's where they're going to catch me at now. To hell with McDonald's.
That's crazy.
Moved on.
Bye.
That's crazy.
Oh, no.
So another thing that's come out of this quarantine that everybody is supposed to be under, even though some states are starting to let people out the house now, is quarantine radio. And that leads into our topic for debate today. So quarantine radio recently, Natalie Nunn was on there, Natalie Nunn from the Bad Girls Club. And she was twerking, and she had people throwing milk and liquor and hand sanitizer on her while she was twerking, had her behind all up in the camera, right?
Oh, yeah.
People were saying she's a wife and a mother. Why is she doing this for? Like, she should be doing this as a wife and a mother. So I brought this question on my own personal social media platforms, and it sparked a real big debate on whether or not this behavior is appropriate. So my question to everybody, I'm going to ask it in 3 parts. The first I'm going to ask is this. When you are a parent, whether you are a man or a woman, do you think that certain behaviors are inappropriate, such as twerking on Quarantine Live? And I'll let y'all take it away.
Who's going first?
If you're in a relationship, you said?
I can go first.
If you are a parent, you could be in a relationship or not be in a relationship if you are a parent.
If you're as a parent, I'm like, there's a way that I hold myself in having daughters that certain behaviors, whether it's twerking or not, like that behavior is not permitted, right? Because that's not how I'm conducting myself. But as like from a parent standpoint, like if I was in that lifestyle, like I was an actor or entertainer on Bad Girls Club, and that's how you saw me, that's how you're gonna see me twerking those videos, because that's the life you live in.
So true.
But like, we not living that life over here in this household. Like, we not doing that. You could watch that, and when we watch that, we looking at that like we not doing that. No judgment. Get your money how you get it, but like we not doing that over here as a parent.
What do you say, Coy?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with her. Like when I first saw it, I just thought to myself, well, that's Natalie. You know, that's her claim to fame. Like, you know, being the center of attention, being loud, obnoxious, over-sexualizing herself. You know, that's her thing. So if her husband's cool with it, I mean, or, you know, whatever the case is, like her kids are small. So, I mean, unless somebody pulls it up 12 years from now, which I highly doubt, because she'll probably do something messier that they can show them about the mother. So, you know, like she was just having a good time. She's in the house, she bored. And that's how she lives her life. She's a bad girl. That's what they do. So,
yeah, so I didn't really see it. Like I saw clips of it, and I'm like what Coy said. I'm used to her doing dumb stuff like that because, you know, I used to watch Bad Girls Club when it came out.
I love that show. When Tanisha was up there, amazing.
But I think as a parent, she should really grow up. I really think she should grow up, because I just have a problem with people like her who do things like that and then in return then get mad when someone puts her in a box that whole box. And it's like, well, this is what I thought you were down with that.
I think she knows her place.
That was the brand she built.
Oh, the hoe? So she don't mind being a hoe then.
Cool with that.
She don't mind being a hoe?
I don't think so. Nah, I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, she's married, but she still got whole tendencies, obviously.
You can't change the whole
Most of those girls still got whole tendencies. You already know.
Yeah,
Quarantine ain't gonna save them all.
Nope.
Yeah, you ain't lying. You ain't lying about that. Yeah, so, but no, I really feel like parents, I think they should have two sides. I mean, like what I do in front of my son is totally different than what I do when I'm hanging out with my buddies. But the only difference is there ain't no camera in front of me. Because if a camera's in front of me, then I'm gonna act like my kids is right next to me. So yeah,
right.
I have a problem with what she did. I have a problem with because you're right, Coy. 9 out of 10, she's gonna do something stupid in the next 4 years, maybe the next 10 years. So they're gonna add on. Yeah, they're gonna. Worse. Or if her kids really want to know what mommy claim to fame is, just go back to Bad Girls Club. She did, I think, some raunchy shit there too.
Go to the root of it all. Yes, that's just her thing. Like that's how she uses. She's not a cute girl to me. So I think she more so just rides off of her sexuality because she's not like.
Did she get paid for that?
No.
To act a fool, no.
So a counter that I got from somebody who responded to my personal social media was that if this was a guy doing some raunchy behavior like that with kids, they wouldn't be scrutinized as much because there is sexism and misogyny involved. So I want to know your thoughts on that.
Oh, yeah. Of course. They're right. Whoever said that, you are right. Completely. Men can do whatever they want. They could be hoes. They can have outside children on their wives. Like men don't really nobody holds them accountable for like wrongdoings or, being overly sexual. Like it's okay. You could be a gigolo. Right. Somebody's gonna be like, oh, there you go. Get that paper. If a girl have sex for $40, that's a big problem according to the internet.
Oh, well.
I mean, I think $40 is a little cheap. Me personally, but at the same time, some people
you would, Corey.
I'm just saying, some people doing it for free. Some people doing it for free. Right. So don't knock the girl who need $40. Is all I'm saying because you paid her the $40. So it's just like that double standard. I don't think it's fair and it's not right. We all should be held accountable, no matter what body parts you have. It's not fair.
So I brought up as for one person that brought up that argument. I posed like the Game or Snoop Dogg, who have been known to do extra stuff, extra activities, and people have brought up their kids in the past. So I wanted to know what your response to that.
What they say about Snoop Dogg and his kids? He smoked mad weed in front of them. He be cheating on Shantae. What did they say that he's going to be affected by? He ain't stopping. What they say? Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, with men, they don't care.
But I think also men don't care because it's the women that they're with. I think a strong woman won't tolerate that.
That's
as long
correct.
as anyone tolerates, male or female, tolerates the cheating and the fuckery, then what you expect for somebody to do? I mean, it goes back to a kid. A kid is only going to do what the parent allowed them to do. Mm-hmm. So I think it all starts with what that male or female is going to tolerate. We talk about entertainers. A lot of people, they swallow their morals and just love the lifestyle. But the sad part is when you got Ronnie from the 4th floor doing the same shit that Snoop doing and getting away with it, then it's kind of like confusing. Like, how the hell this bum dude, doing some ratchet shit and she accepting it? So I think she or he, it all depends. So I think it's all about what somebody's going to do, what somebody's going to tolerate. And I think that's what it all comes down to. What are we going to tolerate? And it's sad that a lot of people tolerates bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Because that's what we given.
Exactly. It's like, yo, we got to love ourselves, man, because when it's all said and done, there's no reason why Snoop is out like blatant with his shit and no one's saying anything. His wife is just tolerating it. She gets mad. He buy her a Birkin bag and then she back happy again. It's like, come on, man. Really? I mean, and it all leads to like when we saw what Bill Clinton did to his wife and she stuck by him. They still together. So it's kind of like Bill Clinton and Hillary. Look at Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Okay.
Is
like with marriage, there's a lot of things that married people got to go through and grow through. So like, if that's a deal breaker and like, you just gonna say, that's it, we just gonna let everything we got going. We still got to be connected. We still got all the stuff. So like, it's not easy to walk away from the marriage. It's like, yeah. I mean,
I agree.
Let me jump in real quick because Jess brings up a good point. But do you think that women are more likely to stay in a relationship or marriage when infidelity is involved as opposed to men?
Of course.
In terms of the public eye, like how many men have openly cheated and their wives are still with them? Tiger Woods, his wife still with him?
No, she's not.
But that's after him doing it 500 times too. So we don't know what he got caught doing prior. Sometimes I feel like women will stay if they're not publicly humiliated.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like if it's behind closed doors and nobody found out and we could work through this together, I'm not embarrassed, so I'll do it. But if like your friends find out or your family, then that pressure comes on like, oh my God, you're going to stay with him? Then you feel like more inclined to leave. But a lot of women, if nobody knows but you two, they're going to work it out, sadly.
Yeah. And it also seemed like too, like, I don't know if this is necessarily like a race thing, but like a lot of women that like are in the public eye and their men like are doing their thing, they are living their own separate life too. Just married by the sake of the name and showing up. Donald Trump and his wife, she just be showing up.
You're right. She do be showing up.
Good point. So the other question I had to ask, because this was also connected to the children thing with the Natalie Nunn situation. Somebody said that as long as her behaviors aren't harming the child, it should be okay. And my question to y'all is, do you think that's a true statement? And what do we necessarily define as harm?
That was a good one.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that statement. I mean, it's no physical harm there, but at the end of the day, somebody getting embarrassed, like somebody making fun of the kids or whatever the case is, that could have an effect on them emotionally and mentally later on down the line. I don't know. I just feel like as parents, you just have to be mindful of what you do and set an example. Now, if she's okay with her children doing that later on in life, then keep conducting yourself that way because that's what's going to happen anyway.
Exactly.
So it's really up to you to set the tone.
Right.
That is true. And I think that's the question. Yeah, and that's the question I guess we need to, I guess we can ask, but I guess that's the question. How does she view her kids in the future? Like, are you okay with your kid on the pole? Are you okay with your kid just stripping for free or for money?
For free, at least $40.
$40. I'm about to say $40.
Wait a minute. Well, technically, Natalie stripped for free, and 300,000 people seen it. So, I mean, if you do the dollars, she kind of got $300,000. If she did the dollar, and if you times it by, come on, she left money on the table, literally. A lot of people watched it, and what did Tory Lanez do? Go on to the next chick that was going to pop it. So it was like
that cash app.
Yeah, she was short-lived.
That bread.
Exactly. So she was short-lived. And the sad part is, I'm pretty sure she probably didn't even get the cash app. So it was like, he cash apping other nothing. That's what I'm saying. He cash app chicks.
People talking about her. She likes any type of publicity, any type of notoriety.
It's attention. That's
whether it be good or bad.
Attention is the new addiction.
That is true.
Agreed.
I'm going to use that. Attention is the new addiction. I like that. That's really good.
Can you just put my name on it, please? Because
yes,
that's the jewel.
Signed, Jess. Yes. So the second question I had to ask, because that one question was layered. The second question I had to ask is, do you think that certain behaviors should be off limits if you are married to somebody?
Yes.
Certain behaviors like twerking on a public platform, or like flirting, like what kind
that's
of behavior?
Whatever, because
stuff like that, that's single stuff. That's
anything that's single behavior, as me, I would call it. That when you ain't single, it's kind of off limits, like getting somebody's number, flirting too much at the bar, buying a girl too many drinks. Like, it's a couple of things that I'm not okay with. Don't even love nobody picture too much.
Facts.
No, because the counter argument, right? No, because the counter argument that I got on my personal social media was that if her husband's okay with it, then it should be fine. So that's why I'm asking this question.
Well, is he really okay with it? Do we know? Did we ask him?
But I mean, she did it, so that's
was he around with it? Was he around when she did it?
No, it was her and her girls.
No.
It was her and her girls.
So nobody know how that conversation went later on.
Nobody even know what they married.
She could have really went last.
Why they not quarantined together with them?
Whoa.
Maybe he was in the house.
After COVID.
Got a point.
Wow.
You're not quarantined. What's up with this?
I'm not going to dig too deep into that. I'm going to hope the man was in the house And I'm going to hope that he was cool with it. I mean, look at how he met her. He probably has the same thought process as us. Well, I met her this way.
Right.
You know, some men don't try to change you. Some do. So I think it just varies on the person. Maybe he's passive. We don't know.
Yeah, that's true. We don't know. We don't know how that conversation went, if he was cool, if he wasn't cool. But I feel like
she didn't give a damn.
She had to have known what the consequences were going to be.
You know what? She seemed like she the breadwinner, so she probably tell his ass, shut up.
Yeah.
I had to do that.
I think she was
bread.
I think she's the breadwinner. So she's the breadwinner. Yeah, so if that's the case, then she probably told him, shut up. I'm going to do this. What you going to do? You going to leave me? You don't got no money, do you? She probably hit him with that.
I don't see her having a baby by somebody with no money, though. But maybe.
Hey, you'd be surprised.
Like her, they like plot on people with money. You know, like that's their thing.
Hey, she probably living another life. She probably got a sugar daddy somewhere, so she could deal with him.
She probably got fans only, so the man don't care. Fans only. Everybody out here getting their fans only now that COVID-19 is out here. People can't go to work.
I believe her husband's a football player, or he played football. I don't know. He's trying to do rapping now, which everybody's trying to do. Yeah.
Oh, so he unemployed. Okay.
Yeah, possibly.
You could have just said he was unemployed. Wasting our time with that.
Wow. So the last question I had to ask, it was just, no, you good. So the last question I had to ask was regarding another comment someone made. Oh my God. Well,
okay.
Maybe we'll touch. All right, we'll end on that one. But the last question I had to ask was regarding the people that were watching, because someone was telling me that on my social media, they were like, well, the people that are being so judgmental, y'all are watching it. So why are y'all watching it and then have the nerve to comment? So I just wanted to know, do people that watch these things, are they at fault for like watching and then having a strong opinion about it? Or do you think they're entitled to say what they want, regardless of what they're doing?
Well, I didn't watch it, so I guess I could be judgmental. It wasn't really my cup of tea. I haven't even watched anything that Tory Lanez did. I don't even know too much about, what the hell is this shit called again? Toxic Radio? What the hell is it called?
Quarantine Radio.
Quarantine Radio. See, look, I don't know the name of this shit. Should be called Toxic. But yeah, so, I mean, only I know the guy, his face is always in the camera, and I turn. I'm like, his face is too close. I don't know what the hell's going on.
He be getting too drunk. Like, before, more professional. Like, the more, like, the weeks went on, he would be pissy drunk, about to damn near vomit, taking big shots of liquor, just like, too smacked. Like, what is this? It got a little weird towards the end. I'm glad he took a break. He was drinking too much Patron. It got weird.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I mean, I did watch it. I didn't see her, but, you know.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I'm too busy watching.
We all judge. That's just human nature, isn't it?
You do judge.
Yeah,
but guess what?
It's like, the option to judge. Channel, right?
I'm sorry.
Change the channel. You don't like what's on TV, change the channel, right? And like, people gonna do what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
It's a lot of shit that they showing on TV, on the internet. I don't like it. I ain't watching it. I'm gonna change the channel. So, you know, like, if that's what she doing, that's the life she living. She got to deal with her husband. She got to deal with the ramification of her kids.
So true.
I'm going to just change the channel because she like irrelevant.
Yeah. So
pretty
even adding to this question right here, someone I was going back and forth with a lot, just kind of probing questions and also addressing her responses. She was saying, in this day and age, mothers and women in general aren't allowed to own their sexuality and aren't allowed to be sexual without being judged. And my response was, I think that's an antiquated view based off of a lot of artists that are out today. But I just wanted to know what your thoughts are on that, because she was like, I feel that women, we can't do things like this and because we're always stigmatized. So what are your thoughts?
I think it just depends on the person and how they look at things. I can't say, because some girls really do just want to have fun and they don't see anything wrong with drinking and sleeping around and twerking everywhere. It just really depends on the person. People have to live for themselves. Like, if you see a girl out and she loves to twerk and she a little promiscuous and stuff, that's not your cup of tea. Keep it moving. But if you like that type of stuff, join her. Have a party, you know?
No.
Like, it's really up to you, but you got to move to your own beat. You can't knock the next person. Everybody has different desires. So
yeah, no, that's true.
I don't judge people.
Yeah, no, well, that's a lie. First of all, baby girl, don't.
Well, I judge them, but like,
okay, I was about to say we dog walk people every week. I judge
more so an outfit than like your character. Your character.
Nah, only thing I was gonna say was. No, you know what? I agree. My only thing is, I always have a problem with how she did it. Like, I'm not trying to tell her not to be sexual. It's just, do you really think this what you're doing equals sexuality? You know, like, you could do that in the confinement of your own house with your own camera and no one has to see. I think once you allow us to see it, then
that doesn't match her personality. What about that would be fun?
But sex sells. Like, right, we've been sold sex for a long time. And it's like,
you're right. Sex
our
sells.
Kids are inundated with sex at an early age.
You know what?
You're right. It's getting messier and messier, more open and out there than ever before, because that's what we're exposed to and selling and bought and sold on.
No, I agree. My only thing is, like I said, for me, I just don't, so it's basically what Coy said. If you don't like it, or even Jess said, change the channel. Well, I would change the channel because I like it in my house. I don't like it so anyone else can see.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So that's, I'm not saying don't be freaky. No, please be freaky in the house. Yes, let's get it popping between you and me, and I'm cool. But I don't want what we do in the house for everyone else to see, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But I feel like entertainers and like what they do in their bedroom has become like what we need to know about them. Like, if you're an entertainer, make music. If you're a dancer, dance. Like, I don't care about who you doing, what you doing, how you doing it. Like, make your music.
Totally agree.
Like, entertain. If you an actor, do all that. If you a president, be that. Like, what's going on in your bedroom is none of my business. Like, what's going on in my bedroom, none of your business.
Boom.
But,
I agree.
Did you see what Meg Thee Stallion did recently? Meg Thee Stallion was on her live talking about how she making dudes climax 2 or 3 times.
Riding that dick till he come twice. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I ain't never fucked on a nigga that ain't came 3 times. That's facts. That's facts.
And how she needs all this in sex. Like, she was very drunk, by the way. And I was sitting over there just
drunk.
Oh, very drunk. And I'm sitting over there saying, why do we need to know this? Why do we need to know this?
Because she was drunk.
Listen, Jess, you said it the best, Jess. Nowadays, you don't know what these entertainers are selling. Because I know, like, for me, and I got to bring up my homegirl, I don't know if she is a singer, a rapper, or a plus-size model. Because every time I turn around, she in her drawers nowadays. And I'm going to give shout out to my girl, big girl Lizzo. I love you, baby. Listen, I don't know what Lizzo doing. Jay Stokes got the nerves to even say Lizzo doing squats because her butt look like it's forming. I'm like, nah, that butt is not forming. So I say all this.
It wasn't forming. I told you it was the outfit. That's all it was.
So
There's ain't no way she was just like big and not shapely last week on Quarantine Radio crawling across the bed. Like, what kind of surgery she get with that fast recovery time?
Exactly. So I'm like, I think she was like, like when you see the Instagram models and they toot their leg up a certain way, because she was looking like a robot. And I'm like, okay, so when are we
when was the outfit?
Because are you selling lingerie or are you still an entertainer? Just let me know so I know what to expect. And nowadays you don't know what's going on with these entertainers. I follow this one girl. She's a producer. Her name is CC on the track. She made a beat for Drake.
What, you talking about fingernails? Talking about girl fingernails?
Nah. Well, I don't know, but her name is CC on the track.
Is this the one from Texas?
I don't know where she's from, but I know she's light-skinned. She's light-skinned. Now, she's very talented in music, right? So I had to unfollow her probably like this week because I got tired of every time she went live or every time because now she's doing a cooking show. I'm like, girl, are you a producer or what? But besides that, I go on her webpage.
We all reinventing ourselves. Come on, already.
Yeah. My thing is this. But my thing is this. I joined her show. I mean, her webpage I followed her to see what she was doing music wise. She's doing more modeling than anything. So
I don't think that's fair.
No, it is fair.
Quarantine, I have become a nail tech, a homeschool teacher. I have advanced in a lot of areas. Maybe she's just trying to get her cook on. Trying to be a chef, trying to do her thing.
Look nasty, by the way. Food look like trash.
It look nasty. That's probably really why you unfollow her. Let's keep it real. wasn't no good. If it looked good, you probably would have kept following her.
No, I didn't want to follow more. Listen, last thing I needed was for my wife to grab my phone and be like, "Who's this?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm following for beats," and then she go look, and it's like after the 20 polls.
Wait, you can't follow sexy girls on your phone?
No, it's not the fact I can't follow sexy girls. It's the simple fact that my phone, right? So look, I'm real bad with IG. I had to clean some stuff up. So my IG, right? I'll be following people, and somehow it seemed like, I don't know if y'all been watching the battles. So my phone is always mirroring the TV. And if you look at my phone time, you be like, "Yo, Jay, you a creep?" I'm like, "Nah, I ain't a creep." Somehow a girl with a big booty show up. But I didn't follow her because of her big booty. I followed her for something else. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oops.
Yeah, right.
I did. Listen, I follow CC on the track. I ain't seen the other ones.
It's all good if your man follows stuff like that. I just feel like don't go ODing and like loving and liking everything and commenting underneath it. Like that's where people be going wrong. I feel like you can look at the menu, just don't order nothing.
I agree.
You can look at the menu, just don't order nothing.
I agree. Yeah. I totally agree. But and this is just my preference. I don't check her phone. Not saying she checks my phone, but what I'm saying is I know eventually if I'm looking at a chick with a big booty, then I'm like, dang, booty, and then it takes to the next level. So I just clear that out of my system. So I just don't follow them. So it's not the fact I don't want.
They got like 750,000 followers. Y'all not linking anyway. So you might as well just keep her up there. It don't make no difference.
I know. First of all, I'm not trying to link with her. I'm just saying. So I say all this to say I had to unfollow her because she wasn't what I thought she was going to be. So I don't know what these entertainers are doing nowadays. And you're right. And quarantine. Food look nasty, but I'll tell you something. I don't know what Lizzo's doing. I don't know. Is Lizzo ever come with another album? Because she's never in the studio.
Lizzo,
on vacation.
That song that got so big last year is like 2 years old for one. So the odds of her coming out with anything for a while is slim. She probably gonna pull a Rihanna on us, start doing some other shit, and either jump on or jump off.
Plus size model. There you go. There you go.
But I don't know, unless it's fake so they can get like big girls to come to their shows or something. Like they be lusting after her. I think she's cute in the face, but that's about it.
Keyword face. I don't want to see nothing else besides the face.
Oh my Lord.
I don't want to get skinny.
He don't know because he don't know, Koya. He don't know because he don't know.
He don't know because he don't know, right? He don't know what's happening. I know.
Jump to a girl who when she stand up her titties get skinny. Them titties get skinny.
Wow.
Okay.
Titties get skinny. Lizzo's?
Lizzo little flat titties? She never had kids on titties. Those pancake titties.
Aww.
Anyways.
It ain't really titties then, it's just body fat.
Yeah, that's all. Like dog nipples.
Anyways. The last thing before we cut this show for today is it's funny you're talking about the sex and the sexuality and all that stuff. Yeah. So you're talking about the sex and the sexuality.
And now for a quick commercial break.
Hey guys, as you can hear, we are unapologetic in our opinions. We may be politically incorrect or possibly wrong, but don't knock us for being ourselves and saying what many are too afraid to admit out loud. Anyways, if you have any thoughts or questions about our show, email us at chemistryproductions@gmail.com. That's K3MISTRY productions@gmail.com. We'll be sure to address whatever you have to say.
I actually spoke with B not too long ago, and he was saying that our nation, we're too prudish when it comes to sex, and we should stop.
Really?
Yeah, this is his theory. His thing is we're too prudish when it comes to sex. And he's like, we should be more accepting of it, and we should be more out with it. I see that as somewhat problematic, but I just wanted to get y'all take.
I think that's B. You know we cool. Hello. I think that's based on the lifestyle in which B lives. Okay. Because if you ask people on the other side of the track, we think we've seen enough.
Yes, I agree.
It just depends on who you're asking, you know? Hey, B. Okay, that's it. No shade in our no tea either. That's just
no.
Okay. Yeah.
What about you, Jess? What do you think?
It's more than enough of that.
Yeah, I think like live your life, but like I said, what goes on in your bedroom, whether you gay, straight, whatever, what goes on in your bedroom should be nobody's business. And if you're proud of who you are, show that you're proud of who you are. That's fine. Right. But like putting it and making it to where like people have to, what's the word I'm looking for? Just be overwhelmed with it. If it's too much of anything is not a good thing. Yes, like we don't need to see that all the time. That's not the thing that we have to see all the time. Just like the news, right? Like we're inundated with bad news all day, every day, all day, every day. We could change the channel, right? So like what we're feeding, like have your platform, use your platforms, do what you got to do for the people that love you and are in your community, but everybody else is a part of their community. So let them be that.
No, I agree. And to piggyback off of what Jess said, yeah, nowadays when you turn on the news, it's just so much negativity and it's nothing else to really watch but the news or old TV shows because there's nothing else to watch. I mean, our TV shows, they're in hiatus because of this pandemic. You know, there's no sports. They're watching old sports. So I feel like when it comes to B saying about sex, I think we've seen it and I'm overseeing it when I turn on the TV. And what goes on in my bedroom, I would like to keep it in my bedroom. And I'm pretty sure everyone else probably feel the same way. Like, we don't have to, like, we know everyone having sex. We know they're having sex. We don't need it. Now, I don't need to be in your room to see how you doing it, how you flipping it and rubbing it down. That's okay. That's for you. You do you. You know, I don't need to see it. So
how do you know they're flipping and rubbing?
Well, they're not flipping and rubbing. I'm sorry for them, and I understand why they want to look at other people's bedrooms. Okay, I get that part. If just being straight boring.
Okay. I was watching Married at First Sight, and the girl and her husband now, mind you, they're both white, and she just had it with him one night. She was like, you know, Jamie, I'm tired of this. Every night you just want to have boring Caucasian sex. And I just thought that was so funny because I have no idea what it means. And he was like, oh, excuse me. He packed this shit and dipped. I was like, what is boring Caucasian sex? So in my mind, she sleep with black boys and he wasn't delivering.
Let me tell you something.
That's what I got out of that.
That was the best. And that was the best season too. That was the best season.
I've been watched. What about Iris being a lesbian, being immature? I'm not a lesbian. I'm sorry, a virgin being immature like that. What was that? Did you think she was immature?
Yeah, she was really. That's why he left her. He was like, listen, I don't want to be your first and I don't know how long it's going to take you.
He did. Oh, he just told me no. I watched all of this shit for that. Oh,
no. I think you already finished.
I was at the end. I'm about to cry. He dipped though. It's cool. I seen him dipping anyway though.
Yeah, he was dip. He did.
She's too immature. She didn't even want to let the man lick. How you gonna marry the man but say you can't lick my neck? What kind of bullshit is that? Like,
I know.
What is that?
I know. That's
what's going on.
Like, come on. Yeah. I want the
what
good.
is going on is.
Oh my!
I mean, I'm not saying she's supposed to jump right into it because she is a virgin, but damn, like grow up or don't get married. What you think married people do?
I know.
Weird.
I know. It's like she wanted this man to wait 8 weeks, so 6 weeks they had to be on TV, and then she wanted. It was. It was too much. It was too much.
How long do you think is too long to wait though? Like what? Okay, if you're dating somebody, if you're dating somebody, how long do you think is too long?
Are we talking about for a virgin? What like I like to know what are we talking about?
A virgin, or just in general, like if you're dating, because like if you notice, the black girls wasn't giving it up out the gate. The white girls gave it up by the time they got to Antigua. They wasn't playing. They like, nope, let me just bust it real quick, see what's up. The black girls like, you gonna wait for this here. So and I felt like they have more solid foundations than old boy not coming home for 9 days. Like, what is that?
Great. I know. It's like, you know what? I do agree. I think the other side of the track gave it up a little too soon, and then they got what they should have gotten because you gave up the cookies too soon. They gave up the cookies too soon, and then wonder why they got
Caucasian sex. I was like, black boys is busting it open. Okay, heard you. I ain't mad at her though. Get your swirl on, sis.
Yeah, that was You know what? That really hurt his feelings. That really hurt his feelings when he heard that.
Why every week y'all be going in on the others? Why? I don't even steer the conversation.
Every week, the Anglos?
Yeah, like last week. Jess, did you hear what Chloe said last week? Did you hear what she said? Oh my!
No, I haven't listened
well,
yet.
Please listen to the show.
I want to know.
Koi went in. I thought it was 2 weeks ago. Koi said that. I didn't realize.
No, she said that last week.
I didn't really go in me. All I said was, when the last time you heard a white person say, "I'm about to go to my cousin's house"? They don't got no cousins. That's all I said. That's all I said. I really don't see nothing wrong with that. Like, they don't be having cousins for real. Like, we got a lot of cousins. They don't have none. It's weird.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Well, you know what?
Don't shoot the messenger, man. You know they don't got no cousins.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
Facts. You know what? I'm down. Every time y'all say something, I gotta do it.
I will put it on my Facebook right now.
Yo, legit, I was at work.
I want to know.
The pandemic, asking people, white people, if they wash their legs.
Yo, you'd be surprised if they don't.
No, that's actually a thing.
And one person was like, "Nah, I just let the water run down and think that that's what cleans it." I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, I'm not eating at your house. Was it
Anglo?
The Anglo-Saxons, she says.
Yeah,
the Anglo-Saxons.
You don't be tearing that up. We just gonna call them the Anglos.
That's hilarious.
Oh my God.
You know,
all right, well, with that being said, let's stop before we get too carried away. Anyways, Jess, it's been nice having you on for a second time. Thank you for your insight onto everything. We hope that your family members recover from the Rona.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah, and definitely everybody be safe out there. So, any last words?
I'm ready to go back to work.
Wash your hands and back up. Don't be on people back at the grocery store and Walgreens and stuff. Give people space.
And if you don't want, I'm sorry, say that again. Wear your mask.
Follow the rules.
Yes, wear your mask. Follow the rules. And if you don't want to back up, go to the grocery store after 5. All the rules are gone. I kid you not. Now everybody, don't start going at 5. Exactly. Don't go to 5 and all of a sudden. And please don't go after 5. All of a sudden, now I gotta start wearing my mask because y'all now there because I gave up the goods. Matter of fact, in the morning.
Oh my God.
Practice safe distance, and Jess, definitely thank you for taking the time out. And your girl, hey, I can't wait till we go back to Barracuda. You know Barracuda still got happy hours every Sunday? Curbside?
You lying. I told you let's do the curbside. I told you.
Problem is we got to
got that cooked up.
Got to be in New Haven, like we're gonna eat in the car.
No, I don't know what we're gonna do after. We're just gonna take it back to the house and have some drinks, make it a kickback.
How we get to the house? I'm thinking to yo, and now they got something better than you. We'll talk.
What they got?
I love it.
All right. I love you too.
Y'all. It's been real.
Bye.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye, guys. Have fun. Bye, guys.
So go a little something like this. That's AVIOT.